management in crops. He is also looking for many national and international projects on nematode management in crops. So with this, I welcome Dr. Kamal Khilari sir, and I request him to start his lecture. Dr. Kamal Khilari sir.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Chandwanu, and thank you for all. Good afternoon, everybody. So myself, Dr. Kamal Khilari, I will talk about nematode and their management. So in fact, my talk contains two parts. One is introductory part of nematode and another is management part. So first, I think for management of any disease, any problems, first we must know about the problem, what type of problem it is, and what is the type of the pest, or you can see what is the pathogen, how it is look like, and where it is remains, and what are the weak point and what are the strong point of the enemy, so that we can easily target on the weak point and we can manage easily. So we'll discuss about introductory part first. So
excuse me, Khilari sir.
Yes.
Please unmute your video. We want one photograph. Thank you, and sir.
Dr. Chandwanu, hello.
हाँ सर, हाँ सर.
वीडियो वाला थोड़ा सा मैनेज नहीं हो रहा है, कहाँ से कैसे?
कोई बात नहीं, आपका अपना वीडियो नहीं, कोई बात नहीं, ठीक है,
चलिए बाद में कर लीजिएगा. हाँ चलिए, ठीक है.
थैंक यू, थैंक यू, थैंक यू.
सो डियर पार्टिसिपेंट, अच्छा ओके, स्टार्ट माय वीडियो. ओके,
कोई बात नहीं सर, आप जारी रखिए.
चलिए ठीक है. So in fact, as the name is nematode, derived from the Greek word, this word I have two parts. One is nema. Nema means thread. Thread, as we all know, thread means dhaga. So this enemy is look like similar to the thread. So that's why the name came from this Greek word. This is known as nematode, and in Hindi we call this Sutrakrmi. So all we are well aware with this Sutrakrmi. So till now, there near about 30,000 species are known of these nematode or Sutrakrmi, and out of these 30,000 species of these nematode, only 3,000 nematode are, or 3,000 species are harmful to the plant, or you can say that these are the of agriculture importance. So in fact, this is the picture of the nematode. You can see how it looks like, and this is, you can say this is the adult of nematode, and this is the egg of the nematode. There are only three stage of the nematode. There are egg stage, and then this worm, juvenile, or you can say larvae. There are 4 stages of juvenile: J1, J2, J3, and G4. And after J4, they convert in the adult form. And in nematode, male and female, they are separate. And male and female, in most of the nematode, they look like both male and female, they are worm-like, means similar to the thread-like. So, in fact, the nematode are basically very much abundant in numbers. They are second after insect. If we will count the numbers, so after insect, they are at second position. And where do the nematode lives? Where they remains? So they are in fact present everywhere. They are present in the ocean depth. They are present in the mountain, and they are present in the hot water spring, and they are also present in the icy Arctic and Antarctica regions. They are always present in the barren land, and they are also present in the cultivated land. And they are present in the meadow soil, and they are also present in the tropical soil. So you can say that nematodes are in fact omnipresent. Everywhere nematodes are present. And if we will classify the nematodes, so nematodes can be classified in 4 categories. First one is near about 50% nematode overall of total populations. 50% population remains in water, marine, in sea water, and 25% are in fresh water, and 15% nematodes are animal parasitic. They may parasitize on human beings, they may parasitize on animals, they may parasitize on birds. And out of these total nematode, only 10% nematode are of agriculture importance. They are plant parasitic nematodes. And if we'll classify on the basis of feeding habit, how they feed, where they feed. So these nematode can be classified in these category. Number one is animal parasitic nematodes. They parasitize on human being. For example, ascaris, pinworm, elephantiasis causing disease nematodes. And then second one is plant parasitic. They feeds only on plant parasitic plants, means they are obligate parasite of plants. They feeds only plants. And then third one is insect parasite. They feeds on insects. And then there are some fungal feeders. They feeds upon different structures of the fungi. These fungi may be saprophytic. The fungi may be plant parasitic. So if they are feeding on plant parasitic nematode, then we can say that the nematode are beneficial nematode. And then bacterial feeders nematode. There's some nematode feeds on bacteria, so they may feed on harmful bacteria as well as on beneficial bacteria. So if they are feeding on harmful bacteria, it means these nematodes are beneficial for us. And there are some other predatory nematodes. They feed some another nematode, and there are saprophytic nematode, and these nematodes are very important from ecological point of view. These nematodes are playing very important role of recycling of waste material. Whatever debris is lying in the soil, so they play very important role in recycling of this inert material. And then if we'll talk about the size of nematode, we are talking about general nematode, non-specific, not only about this plant parasitic nematode. So in general, the nematode size may be vary. The small size of nematode may be 200 micron, mean 1/5 of 1 mm. And the largest size of nematode is 26 feet. The nematode which parasitize in blue whale, the size of the nematode may be 26 feet. And in general, the plant parasitic nematodes, so these are the animal parasitic nematodes. For example, I think everybody may be well aware with the ascaris, which is internal intestine parasite in the human being as well as animals. This is white color. And the size of the nematode may be near about 1 feet. And then there are some small pinworm also. They are generally parasitic in the small child, which are in the age of 1 or 2 years, crawling child. So they cause infection or infestation in the anal region. So they are known as pinworm or roundworm. So these animal parasitic nematode may be very large in size, but these overall these plant parasitic nematode are very much different from the animal parasitic nematode. They are very small in size. The small they may be 250 micron long, means 1/4 of 1 millimeter, and the largest size of the plant parasitic nematode 3000 micron, mean near about 3 mm long. So these plant parasitic nematodes are very small. That's why we call them hidden enemies of plants. They cannot be seen by naked eyes. We need some aid for hand lens of this microscope. With the help of these microscope, we can identify or we can see these nematodes. And if we'll see the population of these nematode in the soil, so in general, these are the population of different, as earlier speaker was talking about earthworm. So in 1 square meter soil, there may be 2000 earthworm. And if we'll talk about this nematode, so in 1 square meter soil, there may be 2 crore nematode population. So these 2 crore population, they may be fungal feeder, they may be plant parasitic, there may be some saprophytic. So there different kind of population there may be. So only this 10% nematode may be plant parasitic, not necessarily the 10%. but the population in 1 square meter soil may be near about 2 crores. So, hello.
Yes,
Hello.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Am I audible?
Audible, sir. Audible.
Okay, it's okay. If somebody want to ask anything, you can ask. Otherwise, after the talk, you can ask your queries. So these soil nematode again may be classified in two categories. One is beneficial nematode and another is harmful nematode. So these beneficial nematode, as I earlier talked, that these may be microbial feeders and they may be saprophytic. So all these are beneficial nematode. And then second one is the insect parasite nematode. They parasitize on insect, those insects which are harmful to our crops. For different insects remain inside the soil, and these nematodes feeds upon these insects. So it means they are directly beneficial to the farmers. So that's why we call them the beneficial nematode. And then second nematode is, this is harmful nematode, and we'll discuss about these nematodes. So these nematodes are known as plant parasitic nematode, or shortly we call them PPN, plant parasitic nematode. So these soil nematode may be classified into category harmful and beneficial. And then now we'll discuss exclusively about plant parasitic nematode. As I earlier told you that these plant parasitic nematodes are obligate parasite. They can draw their nutrient only from the plant, or they are completely or fully dependent for their food on the plant. Without plant, they cannot survive. So it means for their survival, plant is necessary. Is there is no plant, there is no nematode. So in fact, this is the typical photo or morphology or figure of the nematode, plant parasitic nematode. So you can see this nematode, both the end, this is tail part, and this is this head part. This is known as head, and this is known as tail. And this nematode is similarly a tube-like structure, hollow tube. And in this hollow tube, there are different parts, digestive part and reproductive part and other parts. And this plant parasitic nematode is very much different from the other animal parasitic nematode and saprophytic nematode and fungal feeder nematode, because these plant parasitic nematode having this very specific structure. This is known as stylate or a spear. This is a small needle-like structure. Needle similar to the needle having this medical doctor having a syringe, and they use this syringe for taking the blood sample from the patient, and they may use this syringe for the purpose of inserting any liquid medicine in the body of the human being or patient. So similarly, the nematode also use this structure. This is known as stylate. They use this structure for puncturing the cell or for puncturing the plant cell. And after puncturing the plant cell, they insert some chemical, some digestive chemicals. They partially digest the cell shape of the plant, and then they suck the cells, partially digested cell shape from the cell. So they use this stylate similar to the syringe. So this is very specific structure. All the plant parasitic nematode, they are having this structure. This is known as stylate. As I discussed you, that near about 3,000 species are of plant importance. So out of the 3,000 species, only 10 to 12 species are or genus are very specific. Near about 10 to 12 genus are of very much importance of human being or for farmer community. So these are the some important genus. This is one is, or you can say nematode. One is root nematode. This is root knot nematode. This is very important nematode. Out of all the nematode, this is most important nematode. This is known as root knot nematode, and this is causing damage in a very long range of host. They may cause in the vegetable, they may cause in the fruit plant, they may cause in the pulse crop, they may cause in damage in the cereal crop. So number of crop they may cause damage, and because this is very important or very damaging to the vegetable crops, that's why we call them vegetable nematode also. And after this nematode, there may be some root lesion nematode, cyst nematode, stem and valve nematode, and this golden cyst nematode. This is specific causing damage to the potato. So this is golden cyst nematode, and this is confined to the some area, particularly in Nilgiri and Palin Hill. And then the citrus nematode, dagger nematode, burrowing nematode, and reniform nematode, and spiral nematode. So these are the some specific nematode which are most damaging to the crop plant or plants. And if we compare these nematodes from the other pathogens which are causing disease or damage to the plant, so in fact, this is plant cell, and in plant cell, with the help of this slide, I am showing the different pathogen causing the damage to the plant. So this is fungi, this is nematode, this is protozoa, virus, and then molecule and virus. So among all these pathogens, the nematode size is larger than the other pathogen. And second one is fungi, then this bacteria. So this slide is simply showing or presenting the comparison of different pathogens. And these plant parasitic nematode may be classified in 3 categories on the basis of their feeding habit. So these plant parasitic nematode may be internal parasite. We call them ectoparasite, means they remains outside the root system, and they may be endoparasite, means they entered inside the system. So, and then they feeds on the plant root or plant tissues. And then third category may be endoectoparasite, means partially they remains outside the plant body and partially they remain inside the plant body or plant system. So in fact, they are categorized in 3 categories: endoparasite, ectoparasite, and endoectoparasite. So this figure is showing endoparasite. These are the red color nematodes. They are inside the root system. They enter inside the root system and then they feeds on the plant cell. And these are the ectoparasite nematode. They are feeding. They are outside the plant system and they are feeding on the plant. And these endoparasite, generally they are sedentary nature. They remains at one place and continuously feeds on that place. And then there may be some migratory also, but in case of ectoparasite, they may be migratory or sedentary, means they remains throughout the life at one place, or they may be movable. And then these endoectoparasite, they remains at one place. They are sedentary nature. So these nematodes are 3 categories. And these are the different kind of nematodes. Some are internally feeder, some are externally feeder, some are means partially internally. For example, you see this figure, the nematode partial body is outside and the rest of the body inside the plant cell. And similarly, this nematode is completely lying inside the plant cell. So this is endoparasite, and similarly, these are the endoparasites. So this figure is showing the different kind of nematode, endoparasite and ectoparasite, as well as semi-endoectoparasite. So now, what are the damage or what are the role played by these plant parasitic nematodes? Nematode किस तरह से plant को harmful हैं? How they are harmful? So these nematodes may be directly harmful or indirectly harmful. So directly and indirectly, they cause different kind of harm to the plant. So directly, the nematode feeds upon the cell and ingests their content, resulting their death, thus causing necrosis the area. For the nematode feeds on the cell sap, they withdraw the cell sap. So naturally, if they are drawing the nutrient from the plants, so naturally they may cause the death of some of the cells. So if there is a death of the bunch of the cells, so there may be dead area on the plant. So there may be formation of lesion, dead lesion on the plant system that may be on root. Particularly, the most of the nematodes are causing infection. They remains in the soil, so they are causing infection in the root region. So there may be death of the plant, and then certain nematode induce special feeding area in the plant tissue. These area form in vascular tissue. For example, if they are feeding in the vascular tissues, they may produce some knot-like structure. So they may hamper the transportation of nutrient and water. So if there is a blockage in the transportation system, so naturally there is no proper water absorption and nutrient absorption, so ultimately the plant will become weak and the plant may die. And then growing tip, some of the nematodes directly feed on the growing region of the root. So if there is a loss or damage on the growing portion of the root, so if there is a damage to the growing portion, so naturally there will be formation of the secondary root, and if damage to the growing portion of the secondary root, then there is a formation of tertiary root. So due to the damage to the growing portion or growing part of the root, there may be formation of a cluster of root, and the root system becomes shallow. They cannot reach in the deep, so the plant become very much susceptible to the drought conditions. Okay, and they cannot draw the nutrient from the depth of the soil, so the root system becomes shallow. So this is direct damage to the plant. And then some nematode may feed on the germinating seedlings, plumule, which may result in the pre-emergence death. So if there is a damage to the seedling, so there may be death of the seedling. So ultimately, there is a loss of the plant. And then feeding and death of the specialized tissues, resulting in the direct loss of the yield. There is one nematode that convert the grain in case of wheat. The grain convert in the hard structure that is known as ear cockle. So if there is a formation of ear cockle, so there is a complete loss of the grain, and there is a reduction in the yield. So there may be, these are the different kind of damage to the plant or direct damage to the plant. And then there are indirect damage. So these nematodes are harmful to the plant directly as well as indirectly. How they are indirectly damaging to the plant? Suppose one is mechanical wounding. Suppose nematodes are feeding externally on the root system. So there is a death of some of the cells on the root. So on these dead areas, there may be some secondary saprophyte that can grow on dead and decaying material. So if there are secondary saprophytes, they may cause rotting of the roots. One thing. Second, if they are causing wounds in the roots, so they are some of the pathogen, for example, bacteria and fungi, they need some wounding area. They need some wounds. Without these wounds, they cannot get entered inside the system of the plant. So if there is sufficient number of nematodes, they are causing wounding in the root system. So it means they are providing the entry point of the bacteria and fungi, which are responsible for causing main disease in the plant. So they are providing passage to the other pathogen, bacteria and fungi. So in fact, indirectly, they are increasing the disease. That's why the nematode, wherever the nematodes are available in the soil, then in these soils, there is huge or more number of wilting disease. And similarly, host modifier. If your they may convert the host also, and then rhizosphere modifiers means rhizosphere region is quite important. So they may make some changes in the rhizosphere regions also. And then resistance breakers, if their variety is resistant and there is an infection of the nematodes, and then this variety may become with time in the susceptible. So they are also play very important role in the resistant breaker. And then vector of the pathogens, they are playing very important role as a vector. There are some nematodes. There are some nematodes which are responsible for carrying the virus. Particularly, there are two viruses, Nipu and Nitu virus. These two viruses can be transferred from infected plant to healthy plant with the help of only these nematodes. There are Trichoderma, Paratrichoderma, Gphnema. These are the nematode. Without these nematodes, this virus cannot be transferred from disease plant to the healthy plant. So the nematode are playing very important role in the transportation of these viruses also, and interference in the nitrogen fixation also. As we are well aware, this symbiotic bacteria are very useful in nitrogen fixation, particularly in pulse crop. So if there is too much infestation of the nematode in such type of crop where nitrogen fixation is going on, so if too much nematode infestation is there, then nitrogen fixation may be hampered. So they may affect the nitrogen fixation also. So these are the different damages caused by these nematode to the plants. Now we'll come on that symptoms, what kind of symptoms appears on the plant when nematode infestation is there. In fact, as I earlier told you, that the nematodes are mainly causing damage or infection on the root systems. Very few nematodes are causing damage in the foliar system. But when they are causing damage to the root system, so main symptoms appears on the foliar part or above ground part. So the symptom may be classified in two categories. One is above ground symptom and another is below ground symptom. So different kinds of above ground symptom appears and different kind of below ground symptoms appear. So we'll discuss one by one. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Audible, sir.
It's okay, or there is some.
No, no
Yes,
problem.
yes.
It's okay. You can
No problem.
continue, sir.
Sir, audible, sir.
So these are the above ground symptoms. Suppose if nematode is feeding on root system, so these symptoms may appear on the infected crop. There may be premature wilting. If sufficient number of nematodes are feeding on the root system, so naturally there is severe drain of the nutrient. So before maturity, plant may die. Wilting means this dying of the plant. उकटा जिसको हिंदी में बोलते हैं. So there may be premature wilting, and then in severe infestation there may be wilting, and then leaf yellowing. There may be yellowing also of the leaves. Naturally, this nematode is drawing the nutrients from the plant. For example, in case of animal, if there is an infestation of the these internal or external parasite, Juu, Kinley, Ascaris, etc. So naturally, in human being as well as in animal, there may be deficiency of blood also, or there may be anemic symptoms. So similarly, in case of plant, there may be yellowing, and then plant stunting. Naturally, if there is an infestation of the nematode, there is a limitations of nutrients, so plant may be dwarf. And then irregular symptom, there may be irregular pattern in the field. There may be somewhere there may be stunted plants, some may be normal plants, so there may be irregular pattern in the field. And patches or unthrifty plants. In in day hour when there is sufficient sunshine, in means in between 12 to 2 o'clock, if you will visit your field, if there is a plant infested with the nematode, there may be some symptoms of thriftiness. There may be deficiency of water. So in case of nematode infestation, because in case of nematode infestation, your root system is shallow, so plant becomes susceptible to the drought conditions. So in noon hours, you can see the deficiency of water also. So these are some above ground symptoms which generally plant appears. So these are some photographs. This is area, the crop is showing healthy symptom, but these are the area where plants are infested with the nematode. That's why there is some pale yellowing, as well as the size of the plant is small. They are dwarf in size. So this is the patch in this field. That patch is in when the plant are infested with the root knot, nematode, not root knot. And these are the different crops. These are the lines having the infestation of root, this nematode. And these are the lines, they are healthy. Similarly, this is cabbage plant, this is healthy plant, and this is infected plant. So this is very small in size and this is normal. And this in this sugarcane field, this is healthy line and this is infested line. And similarly in this groundnut, these are the plant showing the symptoms, yellowing symptoms because of the nematode infestation. And this is the photograph of ear cockle disease of wheat, or we can call seed gall disease. So these are the healthy grain of the wheat, and these are the infested wheat. These we call them ear cockle. They are very hard, and in form of these ear cockle, the nematode second stage of larvae may remain if these seed or ear cockle remains in dry condition. Then these nematode may survive in ear cockle for 20 or 24 years. And after 24 years, if you will put this seed in water, then you will see such type of emergence of second stage larvae. These are the second stage larvae emerging from these ear cockle. So you can understand for how long these nematode may survive in these ear cockle. So this is the survival capacity of this nematode. So similarly, there are other nematode, they can survive for very long time. And then below ground symptom. So this is the symptom of root knot nematode. This root is infested with the root knot nematode, and you can see the situation of the infested root. And this is healthy root. This is fibrous. And what in this case, infested root, there are huge number of knots on the root system. So if there is formation of root, there is no proper absorption of nutrient and water. So ultimately such type of plant may die prematurely. And these roots are of tomato plants. And then this is again root knot nematode infestation on rice plant. This is rice root nematode. And these are the knots on the root system. And this is again root knot nematode infestation on potato. These are the infested potato, and these are the infested carrot. So this is healthy carrot, and this is infested carrot. Who will buy in market such type of carrot? So they completely damage the quality and quantity of the carrot. And these are the lesion symptoms from the root. Such type of lesions appears, means dead area on the root system. So if there are such type of dead areas, ultimately such type of root may die. So these are the lesions on the roots. So these are the below ground symptom. And this is a specific nematode. This nematode is known as cyst nematode. So this golden nematode also, these are the symptom of golden nematode. The cyst appears in golden or brown color on the roots. If you will dig out the roots of the potato, then you will see such type of small structures on the roots. So this is the cyst nematode symptoms. So these were the different kind of symptoms present on the below ground, above ground on the plant due to nematode infestation. And this is the loss caused by the different nematode. In oilseed, the nematode may cause 5% loss, and pulse there may be lost up to 10%, in sugarcane 10%, fruit 10%, and vegetable 12%. So this is loss caused by the nematode infestation in different crop. Now we'll come on the strategy for the management of the nematode, particularly in organic farming. So there are different strategy for the management of nematode as in case of other pests and diseases also. So these are the different strategies. We can follow cultural method, physical method, biological method, and resistant variety, regulatory method, and chemical method. So these are the different strategies we generally follow for the management of different diseases. But in organic farming, we will discuss about this cultural method, physical method, and biological method only. Because we can also discuss about the resistant varieties and regulatory method, but organic farming, we are not interested in the chemical method. So we'll not discuss about all these things. So particularly in organic farming, cultural method is most important. As
Excuse me, sir.
With the help of cultural method, very easily we can manage the nematode. As I earlier told you, that nematode having 3 stages. One is egg, another is larvae, and third one is adult. And these nematode are very delicate organisms, and most of the plant parasitic remains in soil. The different structures survive in the soil. So the management is also very easy as well as very difficult, because management of the any kind of enemy in the soil is very difficult, because the soil is very bulky item. So because this bulky nature of the soil, then management is somewhat difficult. And if we are knowing the different weak point of the enemy or the nematode, then we can easily target this weak point and we can manage it. So there are different cultural practices. With the help of these cultural practices, we can manage the nematode. Some of the nematode are very specific, very host specific. They can cause infection only certain host. So if we can follow this crop rotation. For example, there is one example of this Mollia disease causing in wheat and barley. This the nematode is Heterodera aveni. This Heterodera aveni cause infection only in wheat and barley. So naturally, if your field is infested with the Mollia disease or Heterodera aveni, so naturally you stop the growing the wheat and barley for 2-3 years. 2-3 years. If 2-3 years there is no host available in the soil, so naturally the population of this Heterodera aveni will certainly decline. So with the help of crop rotation, means by growing the non-host crop, on that crop this nematode cannot feed. So by growing the non-host crop, we can manage the nematode. So this is very important. And then next one is fallowing. Fallowing means leave the field 2-3 years without, for some time, not 2-3 years, for 1 season or 2 seasons without any crop cultivation. So if you are not growing any crop in that field, so naturally there is no host, there is no food. So then we can manage the nematode by keeping the area fallow. Similarly, the flooding also, if you are well aware that this field is having heavy infestation of nematode, heavy population of nematode, so then you can stagnate the water for some time, for 4-5 days or 15 days, you fill up this field with the water. So due to stagnated water, there may be lack of oxygen, and because of lack of oxygen, nematode available in that soil, they will die because of deficiency of oxygen. So flooding is also important. And then there are some certain crops, and these crops are known as trap crop. They the nematode attracted by these nematode, sorry, by these crops. So this Crotalaria, this is known as sunham. So this Crotalaria is one of the trap crop for root knot nematode. If your field is infested with this root knot nematode, then you grow the Crotalaria, and this the nematode population available in your field, these will cause infestation in this Crotalaria roots, and before time you dig out the Crotalaria, and then you can reduce the population of the nematode. And there are some antagonistic crop also, means they produce some chemicals, they produce some root exudates. These root exudates are directly or indirectly toxic to the nematode, different stage of nematode. They may be toxic to the adult, they may be toxic to the larvae stage, they may be toxic to the uh, uh, this egg stage, means for egg stage they will not allow hatching. So if such type of crops are available, then we can grow these crop in the infested field. If your field is infested with nematode, so you grow these antagonistic, means a harmful crop in the field. Then by growing such type of antagonistic crop, we can manage the nematodes. So there are some of the crop, the the marigold is well-known crop that is very effective for management of the root, this nematodes. So you can grow the marigold for some time, then you can reduce the population in the soil. And then mustard is also effective antagonistic crop. Garlic is one of the important, garlic and onion, both these are the antagonistic crop. So in the infested soil, you can grow these antagonistic crop. By growing these antagonistic crop, we can reduce the population of nematode in these soils. And then organic manuring and amendment. So these means farmyard manure, vermicompost, and uh, cakes, addition of these cake in the soils. So all these organic amendments, they are very effective. So when we'll mix these amendment in the soil, so there is a decomposition, and because of the decomposition, there is a formation of some chemicals, some acids. These chemicals and acids are very much harmful to the nematode structures. They may be harmful to the this larvae, adult, and egg stage. So directly they harm to these stages of the nematode. Another, when we are adding these amendments, we are increasing the organic content in the soil, then there is a increase in the different beneficial microorganisms. These beneficial microorganisms directly or indirectly harmful to the nematode population. So by adding these amendment in the soil, we can manage these nematode also. So we can add this vermicompost, we can add the farmyard manure, grass mud, poultry manure, and different cake also for management of these nematode, particularly in organic crop cultivation. And then healthy planting material. Yes, this healthy planting material is very much important. Suppose your field is completely free from nematode, and you are going to transplant tomato in your field, or you are getting this tomato seedling from that area that is infested with the nematodes. So naturally your seedling will be infested, and then you will transplant this infested seedling in the non-infected area. So naturally your area will be infested. So mainly the nematode population is being dispersed from one area to another area with the help of seedling. So this propagating material, seedling and planting material is very much important. So your planting material or seedling should be completely free from the nematode. So if your planting material is completely free from nematode, so there is a less chance of damage to the crop from this nematode. So this planting material should be completely healthy. And there is one important example of this guava nematode, guava root knot nematode. Nowadays, throughout the country, the nematode is becoming very serious problem to the guava orchard, particularly in early planted guava. And these this root node nematode of guava is being dispersed from one area to another area with the help of this guava planting material. So this healthy planting material is very much important for management of the nematode problem. And then removal and destruction of the infected plants. Suppose you are growing the brinjal crop, your brinjal crop is having one or two plant is having infestation of the root node, there is a root node nematode infestation in the root, and you are leaving this root in the field. So naturally for next year, you are increasing the population of nematode. So the crop which are having infestation of the nematode, removal of the root system and destroying of the root system is very much important for reducing the population of the nematodes. So by continuously following this practice, we can reduce the nematode population in the soil. And if we are not removing and destroying this root system, then naturally we are increasing the population. This practice is very much important for management of nematode. And then summer plowing. Yes, this summer plowing is very much important. And I think now farmers are going away from this practice, because when May, June, if we are following the continuous summer plowing, dry summer plowing, so naturally the different stages, egg, larva, adult, they will expose to the sunshine, and these nematode stages are very delicate and they cannot bear the heavy temperature, so they will die. So the summer plowing is very much important for reducing the population of the nematode in the soil. And then yes. Then this soil solarization. Soil solarization is very much important, particularly for a small area, wherever you are growing this seedlings and other things. So we can follow this soil solarization. In this case of soil solarization, we generally follow this practice in May, June month, when the temperature reached 45 degrees centigrade, then we are covering the soil with the help of polythene. So by covering the soil with the help of polythene, the temperature may reach up to 50 to 60 degrees centigrade. So this nematode structure cannot survive this at 50 to 50 degrees and 60 degrees centigrade. So with the help of this soil solarization, we can make your field free from the nematode. Not 100%, but up to 90% we can manage the nematode with the help of soil solarization. And with the soil solarization, we cannot manage the nematode only, we can manage this other pest problem, other disease problem, as well as we can manage the weeds problem also, and we can increase the fertility or nutrient availability in the field. So the soil solarization is very much effective. Other than the soil solarization, we can use this hot water treatment also. If the propagating material, seed material is infested with the nematode structures, so we can go for hot water treatment up to 54 to 54 degrees centigrade temperature. This nematode will die. So at 50 to 54 degrees centigrade for 4 or 5 minutes, we can dip this propagating material in the hot water and we can kill the nematode structure. So this hot water treatment is also effective for the management of the nematode. So, and then next is biological controls. Even in this biological controls, there are number of bioagents which are helpful for the management of the nematode, plant parasite nematode are available in the market. And I think one very important bioagent is Trichoderma. Everybody is well aware of this Trichoderma. This Trichoderma is effective for the management of different diseases, and this Trichoderma is effective for nematode also, and Trichoderma is also being used as a biofertilizer. This Trichoderma may increase the fertility level also. They are producing some of the growth hormones also. So, and this is also being used as a phosphorus solubilizing also. So this Trichoderma is effective. For the management of nematode, there is one fungi that is Bacillomyces liliaceus. This is exclusively useful for the management of different nematode. And there is one this bacteria that is Pasteuria penetrans. This Pasteuria penetrans is also very much effective for the management of root nematode. And there are some mycorrhizal fungi. Mycorrhizal fungi are generally available in the market for the purpose as a biofertilizer. These mycorrhizal fungi are also effective for the management of nematode. If there is a infestation of mycorrhiza in your plant, so these mycorrhiza make some small fine sheath on the root system, and this mycorrhizal infested root cannot allow to the nematode for infestation. So these mycorrhizal fungi are also effective for management of the nematode. So in this way, the different bioagents are available in the market. They are effective for the management of the nematodes. So I think from organic farming, these are the different strategies. With the help of these strategies, we can manage the nematode in your organic farming. So I think this is all about nematode, plant parasite nematode, and their management. So thank you very much. If there are any queries,
varieties.
Yeah. Hello.
Sir, tell some varieties.
Resistant variety.
Hello.
Right. You are asking about resistant variety. In fact, the resistant varieties are not very much available in different crop. Very few varieties are available. One or two varieties available in case of tomato. There is one variety in Lalit, and there is one or two varieties available in case of barley. But not much varieties are available. Resistant varieties are available for nematode. Anything else?
Sir,
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sir, myself is having a crop like mulberry, which has 1.5 feet deep rooted system.
Yeah.
Then in that case, if for root rot or root knot, how can I control? Marigold or all?
Yeah, this mulberry, there is lot of infestation in mulberry plant of this root knot nematode. If you will dig out the root, you will see.
Sometimes we have root rot or like.
So by following all these practice means you can apply the trichoderma with the help of this farmyard manure with vermicompost. You can apply trichoderma. So not immediately you can get in this management for long time.
For that.
Yeah, your voice is not clear. Hello.
Trichoderma is useful for that.
Yeah, trichoderma is suitable for management of nematode.
Okay.
Not all species, but some of the trichoderma are available with some of the institutions. These are effective for management. And even if you can grow this marigold, then you can manage to some extent in mulberry also.
Marigold's root system is so not much deep rooted. They are
no, it's okay, but this marigold produce some chemicals. These chemicals may reach to the deep, and they can manage to some extent. Not fully managed. And you can add some cakes. You can use green manuring also, and even there is bio fumigations also. Means we are using different crop as a green manuring. For example, this mustard crop. So if you are adding the mustard foliage or biomass of mustard in your infested field, so this mustard foliage during decomposition produce some chemical substances. These are harmful to the nematode structures. Okay, so we can use this mustard as a green manuring. We call it biofumigation also.
Dr. Saab?
Yes.
I have two questions.
Yeah.
One is how nematodes move in the soil.
Okay.
Is my first question.
Okay.
And second thing, what makes the nematode attracted towards the plant root system?
Okay,
And or otherwise, the question is,
okay.
do they have any reservation? Like if there are two crops, one is guava, the other is some other crop. Do
Okay.
they have any preference
Yeah.
of their host?
Okay, very fantastic question. First question, how they move. So,
Yeah.
have you seen the movement of earthworm or snake?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So similarly, they move, but their movement is very, very limited. They move in millimeters only. So because their movement is very slow, that's why you will find the patches of the field. Suppose in 1 hectare area, there is one plant infected with the nematode. So that will not spread throughout the field. They cannot move to the different part of the field. They can spread with the help of different implement, means harrow, plow, etc., or your movement also. So their movement is very limited. That's why they remains in patches. One thing. Okay, so the movement is very slow. Second question: how they attract toward the host? So they are having host preference. They are host specific. For example, I have given the example of Heterodera aveni. This Heterodera aveni is specific. They can cause infection only in barley and wheat only. So, okay. So barley and wheat, they can cause infection. So they are host specific. And another part of this, how they are searching their host. So they are having two type of searching structures, or means sensory organs. One sensory organ search the surface where the surface is soft. So these organs are located at the mouth part. So they reach near to the host root and they touch the root and they search where this area is soft. So wherever is area is soft, they puncture with the help of stylet. Next part of the question is how they reach to the root as per their requirement. So they are having sensory organ. They search the chemicals. They attract toward the chemicals, and these chemicals produced by the root, the plant root produce the chemicals. We call them exudates. So when the plant root is releasing these chemicals, the nematode larvae sense these chemicals, and with the help of this sense, they move towards the host. So with the help of the sensory organs, they reach up to the host. Okay.
And do both juvenile stage and adult stage are locomotor?
Yeah. In fact, this nematode, in most of the nematode, secondary stage juvenile are infected. They can cause infection in host. If this host is available, after hatching, second stage juveniles comes out and they cause the infection. Okay. There are 4 molting. Molting takes place. So after molting, first molting, second stage juvenile, and then third stage juvenile. So second stage juveniles are infective in most of the nematodes. Are you satisfied?
Yes, sir. Yes, I understand.
One thing I want to add here.
Yeah.
You ask about this host preference and exudate, role of exudate, because the plant roots produce some exudates, some chemicals, and these chemicals are also responsible for hatching of the nematode eggs. If these chemicals are not available, these exudates are not available. Without the availability of these exudates, the nematode eggs cannot hatch, means second stage larvae will not come. So that's why we use this crop rotation also for the management of Heterodera aveni. If there is no barley, there is no wheat, there is no hatching of the nematode. If there is no hatching, So naturally, after 1 year or 2 years, these eggs will die. Okay. So the host play very important role in the hatching also. Are you satisfied?
Yeah.
Anything else?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Yeah, and the other question is,
Yeah.
Sir,
Hello.
just a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, marigold is recommended as antagonist.
Yeah.
But as an intercrop,
Okay.
marigold is recommended as an antagonistic crop against this
Nematode.
nematode.
Okay.
So definitely, when this marigold as a security crop or as a border crop or whatever the crop it is recommended as an intermediate crop in the main crop, when it antagonizes, the nematode doesn't move or not gets killed. It moves towards the host only. Am I right, sir?
No. This security crop or as a border crop, we can use the trap crop. Such type of crop are known as trap crop. Means
Crop.
they trap the nematode structures. They trap the nematode. They attract the nematode. But in case of this antagonistic crop, for example, in marigold, garlic, mustard, all these are the antagonistic. When you are cultivating this crop as an intercrop, means in between the crop, then naturally, if there is sufficient root biomass, these root biomass will produce some exudates, means chemicals. These chemicals are toxic to the nematode structure. They may be toxic to the egg, means they can stop hatching of the nematode eggs, or they may be directly toxic to the larval stage. They may be directly toxic to the adult stage. So by this mechanism, they can reduce the population of the nematodes. Okay. So in intercrop, mean in between the crop, mixed cropping also you can use this marigold or garlic and this onion and mustard. All these are the antagonistic crop. Not as a border crop or as a security crop.
Okay. What chemical exactly antagonize nematodes, and what chemical exactly helps to germinate the nematode eggs from the plant?
Not only one in different crop, different type of exudates. Because the nematode are different nematode are host respective for different host. So there are different chemicals in different crops. Not exactly one. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, welcome. Any other
sir,
question?
which chemical is present in marigold to reduce that nematodes?
I think this is tegatin produced by this tegatus.
Which, sir?
Exact, just now I cannot say the exact name of these chemicals. Okay, sorry for that.
Okay,
sir. You are suggesting any trap crops for nematodes, sir?
This is Trichoderma juncea for root non-nematode. Sun hemp. Yeah, in this sun hemp, the root non-nematode cannot complete their life cycle. So this Trichoderma juncea is trap crop for this root non-nematode.
Okay, sir. We can plant it in the border and it will attract.
Not only border, but before going for growing the main crop, you can use this sun hemp as a crop. You could grow it and you can destroy. You can use as a green manuring also. So in this, the nematode available in the soil, they will enter inside the system of the root system of this sun hemp, and they cannot complete their life cycle. So if they cannot complete their life cycle, the further population increase will not be there.
Sir, I can supplement this question. Actually, in organic farming, green manuring crops are integral part for nutrient management. Yeah. So there are generally two crops we are taking for green manuring. Normally dhancha, which is sesbania, and Crotalaria, which is known as sun hemp. So if you are going to grow a crop which is susceptible to nematodes, So before growing that vegetable or nematode susceptible crop, we may go for the that use of green manuring crop as a crotal area. After that, we can go for the transplanting or growing of that particular crop. So in that way, we can tune our nutrient management of crop also. Along with that, we will get additional benefit of nematode management. So where nematode problem is there in soil, particularly for root knot, we can integrate crotal area as a green manure in our nutrient management package for organic farming. ठीक है sir, carry on. Any other question by
Are you satisfied? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you,
Yes, sir.
I think this green manuring is very important for nematode management, for other pest and disease management also.
Sir, one more question.
Yeah.
If a plant is affected with the endoparasitic nematode
Okay.
and the infestation is symptomatic,
Okay.
already it is diseased,
Okay.
do we have any curative procedures?
In fact, in case of nematode, when the nematode enter inside the system, then these chemicals, whatever chemicals are available, they are not working better.
Yeah.
They are not much effective. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So preventive measures are always better for management of nematode.
No,
And-
I'm talking about not prophylactic. I'm talking about curative.
You are talking about curative. So the curative measures are not very much effective.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, welcome. Anything else?
Is there any role of symbofagin, sir?
Yeah.
Is there any role of pongamin or symbofagin?
Yeah, there are these are some plants which are farmers are growing as a border crop or green manuring in South India. Na? You are talking about this crop.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So there are some reports that the green manuring with these plants are effective for the management of nematode. And in fact, there is general principle that green manuring of any kind of crop, when you are using any kind of biomass for green manuring, the process takes place during green manuring. They are always effective for management of nematode because there are release of different chemicals. There are some process. There are increase of this biofungi, the friendly microorganisms. So overall, all sort of green manuring is effective for the management of. No doubt, some crops are much effective. For example, this mustard and this sun hemp is much effective as compared to other crops. But these crops are effective. Okay, satisfied?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Anything else?
What is the composition of soil and regarding to biological fauna, sir? Especially.
Yeah, in fact, there are near about 5% this minerals in soil, 5% organic matter, 5% air, and 5% water. Okay, so 5% organic matter. In organic matter, there may be this may be because of this plant origin, or they may be from microbial origin, or that may be because of this animal origin. So all sort of comes under this organic material. Okay, and there may be different kind of flora and fauna. There are some insects. There are some this microbes, fungi, bacteria, nematodes, earthworm, all sorts of micro and macro organisms are available in the soil. And ultimately, they convert in the organic material after that death. Anything else? Are you satisfied with my question?
Yes, sir. But I need more details on soil microfauna.
microfauna and flora both. This algae also playing very important role. These earthworm are playing very important role. And then fungi, bacteria, all these are playing very important role. And overall, all these these microorganisms are not harmful. Most of these microorganisms are beneficial for mankind overall. And only fraction of these microorganisms are harmful, means they are parasitic. So what kind of detail you need?
So, sir, when he comes here for physical training, that time he can interact with you. There.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay.
So, Raghavinder, you can propose vote of thanks. Raghavinder or Miraj, who is doing that?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Dr. Kamal Khilari, sir. Thank you very
thank you very much.
for your very precious time and also precious presentation. It was really a really elaborative discussion on nematode and its work and its management in organic farming. And once again, on behalf of all the CFA participants, I would like to thank you for this presentation. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you from my side also for audience and for organizers. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for
thank you very much, sir.
sparing your valuable time.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So, with this, we are closing today's session, no, Dr. Raghavinder?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Today we are closing this session.
Okay. So before that, just one or two discussions. Actually, Madam is there. Sadalakshmi, Madam, are you there, Madam?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Madam, some participants they have told us to fix the physical training.
Yes, sir.
Date so that they can postpone the ticket. It seems they have booked the ticket for that March first week. I think Ms. Sugandhi from Tamil Nadu. She messaged me. And also others also. So what we are planning actually March, these officers also will be busy, probably.
Yeah.
And their department also may not be sparing. So we are planning in the month of April, probably preferably starting from second week or so. And also because we have a limited accommodation, so per batch maximum we can accommodate only 30-35 persons, madam. So we have to go for at least 2 batches.
Okay, sir.
2 batches. And is it okay, all the participants, for the second week of April? If you have any issues, then now itself you inform us. We will fix the date and we will announce before the last date of virtual training.
Okay. April, anytime. Okay.
Sir, shall I say, if it is okay with you, we can, sir, can you, are you able to conduct in March month also, sir?
March, whether they will be able to come, madam?
Exactly, sir.
Till March 10th, our guest house, everything is taken by the election commission. We have that election code of conduct also.
Okay.
So that issue is there. So then these people are, even our institute also will be having some this financial year close also.
Okay, sir.
So that issue is there, and for you also, I think you have to give the AMC and all other issues are there.
Yeah, that will be there, sir. Yeah.
So it will be better, madam, if we take up in April.
Okay, sir.
April second week we will plan.
Okay,
I will discuss with our director and
okay,
participants whether April is okay, April and May month.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay,
sir. Okay.
So that date we will decide and we will finalize. There will be a 6 days physical training. That will be a hands-on training, and you have to do the practicals here. We will be preparing all kind of inputs, and we will also take you to the model farms nearby farmers field, and you can interact with the entrepreneurs and other.
Sir, as suggested, you said, no, sir, that they will come with that project report also. Not only
Yeah, we have kept one day, madam, during this virtual session. We have kept off day for discussing that topic and synopsis.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
So with this, we will close this today's session, and we'll meet tomorrow at 10:30. All are requested to join at 10:15. How many people are absent today, Raghavendra?
Same sir, similar to yesterday, around 4, 5, 6 members are not attended.
Okay.
But the
5, 6.
thing, is, people are very irregular, sir. So they log in sometimes and they log out again. They will log in sometime later. So
Okay.
discontinuance is much actually.
Okay. But around 50 people they are attending regularly.
Yeah, 55 up to.
So
50,
only
55
problem is with that 10 to 12 people, 8 or 9 people they are having. So we will note down their names. We'll see how to set this one.
Sure, sir.
Okay. So thank you one and all. Have a nice day, and tomorrow we'll meet.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Dr. Chandrabanu, would you like to say anything? Dr. Chandrabanu? Dr. Chandrabanu, Dr. Kasal?
Hello, sir.
Would you like to say something about tomorrow's program, Dr. Chandrabanu?
Sir, tomorrow actually we are, as per our schedule, we are having our resource person, Dr. Devasis Datta, but he is out of station. So we will, accordingly, we will change our technical program, sir, and we will inform. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Chandrabanu is there?
I think he is not here, sir.
He's not there. Okay, no problem. Whether Raghavendra, whether you have received all the pre-training evaluation?
Yes, sir. Most of them submitted except except 3, sir.
Pre-training evaluation.
Yes, sir. Except 3 remaining people have submitted.
Registration?
Registration also that 2 persons are
2
Jayanti.
people.
Yes, sir. Jayanti and Amandeep I didn't receive. That
they have not yet
Amandeep didn't attend tomorrow, yesterday also, today also. So I didn't see
Jayanti, whether Jayanti is here?
Yeah, she was there, sir. Actually, in the morning.
Can we leave the session, sir? Can we leave the session?
Yeah, you can leave the session. Jayanti is there? Jayanti,
no,
are you
she
there?
Is not there, sir. She is not.
He's not there. And what about that 3 people who have not submitted pre-training evaluation?
I shared them, sir. I will check, sir. Actually, afternoon session I couldn't able to check.
Okay. You check and tomorrow we will take competition.
Okay, sir. Okay.
I think Jayanti is there in the participant.
No, she is Jayanti Prem Kaur, sir. Another, she is Jayanti I, another participant.
Okay. So thank you one and all. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.